Stadiums form the centrepiece of many cities around the world. Many tower above houses and become an iconic part of the skyline. Modern stadia have some of the most state-of-the-art technology and most up-to-date facilities. But not all stadiums are so fortunate. Some can be left standing for years without a purpose once a team moves stadium or ceases to exist. So let's take a look at some of the world's biggest abandoned stadiums. First to Spain, and an abandoned stadium once dubbed the world's greatest, which has been left to rot for 14 years without a single event taking place there. Spanish giants Valencia were set to star at the 80,000-seater Nou Mestalla stadium from the 2009-10 season, but the Spaniards ended up running into financial trouble, racking up debts of £350 million by 2008, and so Valencia's dream arena was abandoned and left unfinished. However, there is reportedly hope that the Nou Mestalla could finally be completed in the near future. Spain are desperate to host the 2030 World Cup alongside Portugal and Morocco. Should they get the green light from FIFA, there would be a cash injection that could finally get the stadium finished. And speaking of major tournaments, Casement Park in Northern Ireland is set to host matches at Euro 2028. That's despite it being unused since 2013. There is just one stand in place at the ground, which opened in 1953 as a Gaelic football arena, and has been thrown into a state of disrepair with weeds taking over the stands. But with Euro 2028 round the corner, the stadium is set to be reborn with a £77.5 million redevelopment. When complete, the arena will be able to hold 34,500 fans. Over in the Far East, former Chinese Super League side Gwangju Evergrande began working on a 100,000-seater stadium in April 2020. However, the Evergrande Group, the owners of the club, have since racked up debts of £220 billion. As a result, the half-built stadium was seized by the Chinese government in November 2021, before the project was cancelled in mid-2022. Stands with the part-filled seats and abandoned cranes are all that's left on the site of the half-built stadium. The Houston Astrodome was deemed the 8th wonder of the world after opening in 1965. It quickly became the third most visited man-made attraction in the United States. It sheltered 25,000 victims of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, but was then declared non-compliant with fire codes in 2008. Parts of the dome were demolished as a result of several years of disuse, although others still stand to this day. The Shah Alam Stadium used to be the biggest in Malaysia and is bigger than Wembley. The 80,372 capacity ground had been the official home of Selangor FC since 1994. The Red Giants have been kicked to the curb after years of complex renovations have forced it to close repeatedly, meaning the giant structure has been left to rot, useless. Over on these shores, an iconic UK stadium fell into disrepair before eventually being demolished. Bellevue was one of the main sites in British motorsport and greyhound racing for 94 years. But by 2020, the venue had been totally abandoned, in a sad demise for the area, and images of the derelict ground reveal how much of a state it was in before the work to destroy it got underway in May 2021. In America, Phoenix Trotting Park has become known as one of the most ill-conceived horse racing tracks ever built. The futuristically designed facility in Goodyear, Arizona opened in 1965. A crowd of more than 12,000 packed the facility on opening day, but this was the high point for the racetrack. It operated for 2 seasons before it was abandoned in 1966, but was not demolished until 2017.